kind of a double-edged question because you was always about your shit out there, but you ever see some people that you tried to avoid on the other side, whether they be linebackers
Man, he ain't gonna tell you
or
if he did. He ain't
strong
gonna tell you.
safety? I mean, it's over now, so he can say it, or anybody that really got you one time good in the league.
Oh, you got your bell rung.
Now you get your bell, you gonna get hit, but you ain't gonna nobody ain't gonna know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Ain't nobody gonna
know. We can know it now that it's over, though.
Nah, you're not gonna know it. But like for me, it's like I remember like when I was younger and we had to play against the Jets. The Jets had Marvin Jones, you know, like, and so if you come from the state of Florida, Marvin Jones was like the big deal, you know. So I was like, man, I get any opportunity, I'm going straight into it, you know. So, and I got my opportunity, you know, and it's just like a breath of fresh air. He's like, man, I belong. Like, man, like I'm playing with the big dogs, you know. And those are things I always did. Like I always wanted the action because I want to see what it feel like to play against the best. You know, when you play against Ray, you play against Zach, you play against all the Buffalo Bill greats. It's like, man, I want that, you know, because how you gonna ever get a chance to measure yourself if you don't get out there with them and you go at them, and then at the end of the game, they give you your respect. That's like the biggest compliment, especially as a young player. So it's like, I always embrace that. You know, it's like I'm always looking for the best of the best. Yeah, you got it, man. You got to, like, how you going to be a competitor and you don't want to go against the best? And you want to see, because I need to know what I need to work on. Yeah. I need to know what I need to do to get better. And that was the approach I always took.
That the patented get to the line. He used to always get to the line and you had a certain hop step where you could hop to the next hole. Like that was one of your patent. Yeah. Did that come off instinct or you worked on that?
That was something worked on because what it does is it's a glide, right? It's a glide because what I do is it's a buy time. If you get in a space where you don't know he hasn't gotten to where you can just do something with conviction, you buy time. Yeah. And you glide, but you glide like I was teaching this to my son. How you glide with your feet, you know, not too far from the ground, where you're still under control. As soon as you see it, hit it and go. Yeah. And that was always a move because I don't care which direction they was going. If they overplay something, I can hit it, I can get back here. And so it's something that I added to my game to make sure that I can buy time, because sometimes you can be a little bit too fast. And then
hitting that hole?
Yeah, you hitting the hole a little bit too fast, so you got to buy time. And it's just, but the thing you can do is once you make a decision, you got to give it your all right then. So that was one of the things I just kind of worked on a lot.
I know because I know you used to try to hit that hole hard. Sometimes you be running so fast where you got to put your hand on the lineman. Yeah. And then figure out where you're going from there. Yeah. That's how much I used to watch you, dog.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man.
That's how much I know.
Yeah, and then the other thing you can do is when you get in tune to your craft, you start understanding, okay, how can I help the lineman? I can position the defender however I want him to be because he's watching me and the lineman watching him. So if I need to work for the lineman, I got to position this defender for the lineman to get his hands on, to get him in the best position possible. So I used to work with the lineman. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to move him like this. Like, we used to play against the Dolphins, and like we played against Zach Thomas. Zach, he just went into the Hall of Fame. And I was like, man, how the fuck Zach keep getting to the spot? And then I figured out, I said, okay, I watched enough film and I figured out, I said, look, he looking at my shoulders. When my shoulders turned, he would just haul ass running. And he'd get in front of our lineman. So then I'll keep my shoulders square. Zach would pause, give my lineman a little advantage over him. Then I'll get on it. Yeah. And then never had a problem with him.
Get their hands on it.
Never had a problem with him then. But it's like, how can I make this better? How can I, it's like, even when, with your receivers, you go tell your receivers, like, man, dang, like, you start looking at, he got this corner or he has this safety. And you start saying, okay, yeah, this safety right here, he pretty tough, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather you push your corner up and go get to the safety because I can deal with him, But in certain corners, you're like, man, this motherfucker tough, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker tough to get around, but he gonna play it right. And you say, okay, yeah, stay on him. I'll work the safety. The safety's he's nothing, And so when you start breaking the game down, you're actually working together. And it's like even when you're doing play action fakes or whatever, you're doing all this stuff right here. You're so in tune with the game. Where like if Peyton see me breaking out the fake, that means something is happening.
Yeah.
You know, that means something has happened. So that means there's a sense of urgency for him to get into his throw. You know, but if I go through with a full fake, I'm seeing stuff that he can't see. And so it's just little things like that that take your game to another level.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to his mindset and obsessiveness of just reading the defenses and the audibles you guys had to go through, and how long did it kind of take a rhythm? How long did it take to really get a rhythm and just understand everything he's seeing out there? But like you just said, also what you're seeing out there as well.
Well, you kind of grow together. Like we was only 1 year apart, and like I went to a team that was 3-13, and it was like, oh, new guy coming in, this and that, whatever. But we worked so hard. Then we also can go 13-3, you know. And it's like you implement 1 or 2 pieces, but then they match, they gel, and you turn this whole thing around. So we all grow together. And for me, as a running back, I'm sitting back there, and sometimes you go in stadium, you can't hear. So if I can't hear, I got to know what's going on. So that's what made our relationship even stronger, because now I got to say, hey, what did you see? You know, what's going to make you make this call? What are you looking at to say, okay, I'm going to switch to this because I can't hear you.
So you had to learn it.
So I got to learn it.
Yeah.
So I got to learn the game. I got to really pay attention to him, because if you go the wrong way, somebody can come hit your quarterback, your whole season gone, you know? So I got to be in tune with what's going on. I got to stay focused, because you know, he can say something at the line. The receivers, they have their signals. The line, he's right there with the lineman. They talk to each other. I'm 7 yards back, and you don't have enough time to talk to me. So I got to learn that stuff. So that's what kind of helped my football IQ go up.
That's big.
What up, y'all? It's the conference finals time, the best time of the year. Games every night, and you got the Final Four duking it out.
Even though the season is winding down, there's still plenty of time to get in on all the action with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Right now, all new customers who deposit just $5 will get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500.
Get a bonus bet back in the amount of the original bet if your first bet doesn't hit. Even if you lose, you still win with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
If it sounds too good to be true, it isn't. New customers who deposit just $5 will get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500.
Returning customers, don't worry. DraftKings is making sure to hook you up as well. All returning customers can score a no-sweat NBA bet.
And if sports bet isn't legal in your state yet, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes.
So what are you waiting for? Go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code SMOKE and deposit just $5 to get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. That's promo code SMOKE only at DraftKings Sportsbook.